All right, Jonathan, I like the dramatic statement that you have for the attention device also, but it's not very clear what your position is at the beginning. It sounds kind of like it's going to be an informative speech about the changes that are going on in the music industry instead of advocating a particular solution to the problem, and I think that that needs to be clearer at the beginning. There isn't really much of a preview of what the contents are going to be, and I didn't really see a structure as you were going through the presentation. It seemed mostly anecdotal, one piece of information followed by another idea, and I'm sure that there's some pattern, but it's hard to discern in listening to the presentation. Some of the examples that you had I thought were fine. I like the examples that you had at the end about where you saw there was futility in prosecuting a variety of people who have downloaded, and it seems a little strange. But your point there is mostly just a question as opposed to a demonstration that it would not have any impact. The 12-year-old girl that you quote says she got scared. Well, I think that's what the companies want. They want people to be scared and not do this anymore. So it's a deterrent effect. It's not that they're going to get a bunch of money from these people and that's going to save them all the millions that they're losing. It's that it's going to deter people from downloading illegally. Now the question is that in fact effective? And that's one of the things that I think you needed some more follow-up on. The fact that you can have 40,000 songs doesn't necessarily mean that you need 40,000 songs, so that seems to be a little bit of gluttony that's going on there. You know, it's like somebody who has a, my car can go 150 miles an hour, so I should be driving 150 miles an hour. Well, I suppose you can do that occasionally, but it's not necessarily a desirable thing to do. So what are the practical limits? I think you need to have a clear value statement as to what is fair and right and just. I think you do a little bit of that, but your main argument is that the other side are greedy, rotten bastards, and we ought to screw them any way we can. And I'm not sure that that's really the best approach in trying to convince people that a new method of marketing music, or a new way of distributing or promoting music is necessary. And for instance, if you like music and you like particular music and it's only available for purchase, what you're saying is that we ought to steal it instead. That sounds like the argument that you're making here. So I'm not sure that that works out very well either. And you seem to acknowledge that it is theft also in the very beginning in the attention device. So I think you need a clear statement about how we need to change what the copyright laws are, change the way we view the music business. The artists need to revise the way that they work with companies, or the companies ultimately just need to disappear and we'll just have free-form distribution of information. Which may be the way we're going. Like you said, it's hard to predict what's going on. I thought the presentation was okay. I thought your vocal presentation is actually very fluent, and you have a couple of places where there's a little bit of awkwardness, but I didn't think that it was problematic, and I thought your voice sounded good. Your eye contact, sometimes it's a little bit low, but when you do look up, it's nicely distributed, but you do have nervous feet. That's where all your anxiety is coming out. All right? I'm not sure if I caught much of that on the video, by the way.